This is Argentina is home to approximately 47 million people, making it the third most populous country in South America. Brazil is the most populous country in South America with more than 200 million people. Colombia has the second largest population with about 54 million people. Argentina, Brazil, and Colombia represent three of South America's most important economies. Brazil has the largest economy in the region with a GDP of approximately 2.19 trillion US dollars, making it the dominant economic power in South America. Argentina follows with a GDP of around 646 billion US dollars, supported by agriculture, energy, and industry, though it faces recurring economic instability. Colombia, with a GDP of roughly 438 billion US dollars, has a more diversified and stable economy driven by services, energy, and manufacturing. Argentina is one of the longest and most diverse countries on Earth, stretching nearly 3,650 kilometers from north to south. It's almost the same distance as traveling from London to Cairo or Madrid to Moscow. Argentina's landmass is truly vast. To put it into perspective, it is significantly larger than most European countries combined. Here are the amazing facts for comparison. Total area of Argentina spans approximately 2.78 million square kilometers. Comparison with Europe, Argentina's area is roughly equivalent to the top 5 largest European countries combined: France, Spain, Sweden, Germany, and Finland, with plenty of space still left over. Global ranking, it is the 8th largest country in the world by land area. You could fit more than 50 countries the size of Croatia or Bosnia within Argentina's borders. Argentina is larger than the entire European Union, which consists of 27 countries. If you were to exclude France and Spain from the total, compared to the 20 smallest countries in Europe, Argentina's territory is hundreds of times larger. Argentina is geographically categorized into 4 primary regions, each defined by its unique climate and terrain: the Andes, the North, the Pampas, and Patagonia, and only on of them truly livable. The Andes. The Andes represent 30% of Argentina, with an area of about 830,000 square kilometers. Approximately 6 million people live there, meaning the population density is 7 people per square kilometer, similar to the population density in eastern Russia and Kazakhstan. This number represents only about 13% of Argentina's total population, which is very low. This population is distributed across several cities. The low population density in Argentina's Andes region is due to several harsh natural and geographical factors that make living there much more challenging compared to the fertile Pampas plains. Here are the main reasons for this limited population distribution: rugged terrain and difficult access. The region consists of high mountain ranges and steep slopes. Building cities, roads, and railways in this environment is very expensive and technically challenging, which leads to isolated settlements and difficult transportation between them and major economic centers. Harsh climate and dryness. Cold temperatures drop sharply, especially at higher elevations with permanent snow on the peaks. Low oxygen. Living at high altitudes, sometimes exceeding 3,000 meters, causes what is known as altitude sickness and makes daily physical effort more exhausting. Drought. Large parts of the Andes lie in a rain shadow, making them semi-desert areas that lack sufficient fresh water for large-scale agriculture or massive human settlements. Limited agricultural land. The North, which is geographically divided into the Northwest and the Northeast, is a region with a reasonable population weight. It is more densely populated than Patagonia, but less than the Pampas. About 9.5 million people live in the North. It represents approximately 21% to 22% of Argentina's total population and covers about 20% of the country's area. The Argentine North is divided into 2 subregions: Northwest and NOA. It includes provinces such as Tucumán, the smallest province in area but the most densely populated in the north, Salta, and Jujuy. The population here depends on agriculture, sugar and tobacco, mining, and cultural tourism. Northeast NEA. It includes provinces such as Misiones, home to Iguazu Falls, Corrientes, and Chaco. This region is characterized by high population density in Misiones due to the cultivation of yerba mate, tea, and forestry. Birth rates in the north are usually higher than in the capital, Buenos Aires, making it a demographically young region. Despite the presence of major cities such as San Miguel de Tucumán, a large proportion of the population still lives in rural areas or small towns. Patagonia is considered considered the least densely populated region in Argentina overall, despite covering a very vast area, about 30% of Argentina's territory, approximately 830,000 square kilometers. However, only 6% of the population lives there, making the population density very low, about only 2 people per square kilometer. Compared to other regions, about 2.8 million people live in Patagonia, representing only about 6% of Argentina's total population. Most of these residents are concentrated in specific provinces, which are Neuquén, the most populated due to the oil boom, the Vaca Muerta area, Rio Negro, home to the tourist city of Bariloche, Chubut, known for coastal cities such as Puerto Madryn, Santa Cruz, extremely large in area and very sparsely populated, Tierra del Fuego, the land of fire in the far south. But why does only 6% of Argentina's total population live there? This is due to several factors: harsh climate, strong and constant winds, and severe cold throughout the year. Geography. Most of the land consists of dry and cold plateaus unsuitable for traditional agriculture. Geographic remoteness. The distances between cities are enormous, making the cost of living and transportation very high compared to the center of the country. The Pampas is considered the beating heart of Argentina, where the vast majority of the population and economic activity are concentrated. About 30 million people live in the Pampas region. The Pampas population represents about 64%, more than 2/3 of Argentina's population, and it covers about 20% to 25% of the country's area, making it the most densely populated region overall. Why is the population concentrated in the Pampas? Because it includes the capital, Buenos Aires. The greater Buenos Aires area alone has about 15 million people, nearly half of this region's population. It provides the best climatic conditions for living and agriculture compared to the cold of Patagonia or the heat of the north. It contains the most important ports, factories, and universities, in addition to some of the most fertile agricultural lands in the world. Ease of transportation and flat land have made building roads and railways easy, which has closely connected the cities to one another. Leave your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Thank you as always for watching.